For more than 2 weeks, thousands of Palestinians in the occupied West Bank have been under Israeli siege, trapped in their homes, children unable to go to school, and daily life at a standstill. Israel's military assault has been relentless and is intensifying. The raids have largely focused on Jenin refugee camp in the north of the occupied territory. More than 17,000 Palestinians there have been forced to flee their homes. The UN Agency for Palestinian Refugees, UNRWA, says major sections of the camp have been levelled, and its chief has warned the situation is becoming catastrophic. Israeli troops are also targeting Tulkarem, which is near Jenin in the northwest of the occupied West Bank. Now, more than 70% of its residents have been forcibly displaced. Israeli forces brought in bulldozers to demolish homes and critical infrastructure such as water and sanitation networks. Now, Palestinians say the Israeli military is trying to make the area uninhabitable in an attempt to clear it. Well, for more on this, we're going to bring in Hamda Salut, who is live for us from the Jordanian capital, Amman. She's reporting from there because the Israeli government and Palestinian Authority have banned Al Jazeera from reporting from inside Israel as well as the occupied West Bank. Hamda, first of all, can you just update us on the situation as it's unfolding in Jenin and Tulkarem?
Well, it's been 16 days since Israeli forces launched this big military operation in the northern part of the occupied West Bank in the Jenin refugee camp, to be more specific. But they've since announced that they've expanded it to areas like Tulkarem and its surrounding neighborhoods. The Israeli army says they are looking to This is essentially a counterterrorism operation for them. They want to combat armed Palestinian fighters. But if you look at what's going on, you have 26,000 Palestinians who've been forcibly displaced, forced to leave their homes. You have the Israeli army leveling residential blocks, mirroring essentially what they've been doing in Gaza, detonating homes, and also killing multiple Palestinians. These areas where there's a heavy Israeli military presence, no one's able to go in or out. People's homes have been destroyed. And when you're talking about a home that has been blown up essentially by the Israeli military, you're not just talking about one home. These are refugee camps. So these are vertical buildings that have multiple apartments inside of them. So not only are these homes getting destroyed, but the homes around them are also getting damaged. The Israeli military had said that they were going to start conducting larger raids like this once the ceasefire in Gaza had taken place.
And Hamda, can you just talk us through the stated public goals of the Israeli forces? Can you just run us through what's their aim?
Well, look, once the ceasefire in Gaza had taken place, the day after that, the Israeli Army Chief of Staff had said that Israel is gearing up for large-scale military operations in the West Bank, ones that haven't previously been seen, which was a little bit hard to fathom because we have seen and covered quite intense raids across the occupied West Bank, which have intensified, I'll add, since Israel's war on Gaza began in October of 2023. However, they say that this time it's a little different, that one of their added goals of the war wasn't just related to Gaza, wasn't just related to northern Israel with the fighting with Hezbollah, but it was also related to the occupied West Bank to try and combat the armed Palestinians there, because they say the Palestinian Authority had failed to do that. But if you know anything about the area, you'll know that the PA historically is weak in those areas where fighters do have a hold, and the resistance is quite clear. So the Israeli military says that they had leveled these homes in Jenin that were used for a military command center, for weapons manufacturing, but failed to provide any sort of proof of that. It's exactly what we saw in Gaza over the last 16 months, claims after claims, but no sort of proof or evidence that was tangible to back that up. But you also have now people who are not able to get anywhere near those areas. They've been completely blocked off. And as part of these large-scale operations, the military has actually set up even more checkpoints across the West Bank, nearing 900 total checkpoints across the occupied West Bank for Palestinians.
Okay, thank you so much for all of that, Hamda. Hamda Salut for us in Amman.
Make sure to subscribe to our channel to get the latest news from Al Jazeera.